Louis Vuitton's life is a story of pain, courage, and dreams that refused to die. Everything you are about to hear is based on the original story, but told in simpler English, with a gentle flow and a small twist at the end. It is perfect for English learners who want to feel real emotions while improving vocabulary and listening skills.
Louis Vuitton was born in 1821 in a tiny French village named Angers. His family was extremely poor, and life was difficult from his very first days. His father, Xavier, worked as a carpenter, building furniture with his tired hands. His mother, Caronne, made hats for women in the village, sewing from morning until late at night. Even though both parents worked hard, their money was never enough. Their house was small, cold, and always noisy from the wind. Snow covered the roof in winter, and the family often slept with thin blankets that could not keep them warm. Little Louis grew up knowing that life was not easy. As a child, Louis had no toys, no fine clothes, and no chance to go to school like richer children. Instead, he followed his father, helping him carry wood, clean the workshop floor, and learn simple tasks. His small hands became rough and tired, but Louis never complained. Deep inside, he carried something brighter than comfort, a dream. Travelers often passed through the village, carrying big, beautiful trunks. Louis would stop and stare, imagining distant cities and places he had never seen. The world felt so big, and he wanted to be part of it.
When Louis was 10, his world changed forever. His mother became very sick. There were no doctors, and day by day her condition grew worse. One quiet morning, she took her last breath. The loss broke Louis's heart. His father, unable to handle the pain, became cold and distant. Louis felt more alone than ever. Yet in this sadness, a small spark appeared inside him. He decided he would not stay in the village forever. He wanted a new life, a better life. Paris was almost 470 kilometers away, a distance impossible for a poor boy. But Louis was only 13 when he made his choice. One evening, while the village slept, he packed a tiny bag. He did not say goodbye. Before sunrise, he stepped onto the long road to Paris with no food, no money, and no protection. He walked for days, then weeks, then months. He crossed forests, rivers, and mountain paths. Sometimes strangers gave him bread. Other nights he slept under the sky with an empty stomach and trembling hands. But he never turned back.
After nearly 2 years of walking, Louis finally reached Paris. The city was noisy, full of smells, carriages, and people moving in every direction. Some parts of Paris were beautiful, but others were dirty and dangerous. Louis had no home, and he slept inside an empty wooden cart behind a bakery. Every morning he woke up hungry, watching people buy warm bread he could not afford. He searched for work everywhere, but no one wanted to hire a tired, poor boy with no experience. Then, one evening, Louis saw a man struggling to move a heavy trunk into a workshop. Without thinking, he helped him. The shop belonged to Monsieur Maréchal, a respected trunk maker. The old man noticed Louis's strength and determination. When Louis asked for a job, Maréchal hesitated but finally agreed, warning him that he would not be paid at first. Louis accepted immediately. At the workshop, Louis cleaned floors, fetched tools, and watched the craftsmen with great focus. When others went home, he stayed behind to practice. One night, he made a small wooden panel. The next morning, Maréchal saw it and was surprised by the clean work.
From that moment, he decided to train Louis seriously.
Years passed, and Louis became one of the best young craftsmen in Paris. Wealthy customers began to request him personally. His hands were skilled, his designs creative, and his reputation grew. Everything changed the day Empress Eugénie, wife of the ruler of France, visited the workshop. She needed a light, practical trunk for travel. Louis proposed a new idea, a flat-topped trunk covered in waterproof canvas. It was simple, smart, and elegant. When he presented the finished trunk to the Empress, she was amazed. She immediately made him her official trunk maker. This moment opened the doors to high society. But Louis wanted more than fame. He wanted independence. So he left Maréchal and opened his own small shop in Paris. Business was good until war broke out in France. People stopped buying luxury items, and Louis almost lost everything. But when the war ended, travel became popular again, and people returned to luxury. Orders flooded in. Louis expanded his workshop, trained new artisans, and created designs that became symbols of status and style.
Louis built an empire, but he never forgot the values he learned as a child. He taught his son George one final lesson: never make cheap products, never sell to everyone, protect our name, protect what makes us special. After Louis died, George continued the legacy, expanding the brand and introducing new handbags, new materials, and the famous LV monogram to stop counterfeits. Over the decades, the family kept the brand alive through wars, competition, and enormous challenges. Louis Vuitton became a symbol of elegance, craftsmanship, and success around the world. And now, here comes the small twist. Many years after Louis passed away, workers found an old wooden box hidden inside the first workshop he ever owned. Inside the box was a tiny piece of wood with careful carvings on the edges. It looked simple, but the carving matched the style Louis used as a teenager when practicing in secret. On the back of the wood, there were faint words written in his handwriting. "One day, someone will know my name." No one knows if he wrote it for himself or as a message to the future. But today, almost everyone on Earth knows the name Louis Vuitton. And maybe, just maybe, that little carved piece of wood was the first real sign of the dream he carried, since he was a lonely boy walking toward Paris. Louis Vuitton's life reminds us that even when we have nothing, a strong dream can change everything. His journey from a poor child to the founder of the world's most famous luxury brand proves that courage, hard work, and belief can build miracles.
If this story touched your heart or inspired you even a little, don't forget to like the video and subscribe to the channel. Every week, we share simple English stories that help you grow your English and your mindset. And if you want more stories like this, turn on the bell so you never miss a new journey. Thank you for listening, and see you in the next story.